Facebook. Hey, hey. Buddy says hi as well. So we are round 2 with filming this. So just wanted to hop on real quick and talk about this topic. So I filmed an audio training on it yesterday. And if you want to access it, it is on the post right before this post. So I wanted to talk about the idea of embodying the belief that everything is working out for you, especially if you have this mindset or if you have this experience where you're like, oh, no matter what I do, I just can't get ahead, or no matter what I do, like I can't make this stuff work. Like, for example, in Buddy's case is like, no matter what I do, she always like pets me. So I was thinking about it when I was doing the training because I had one of my clients like reach out and ask me about it. And when I was going deeper into it, I gave an example of like one of my really good friends. So one of my really good friends, I like to call her my magical sister. I like to call her my magical sister. She is the most positive person. So we'll be hanging out and she'll literally be freaking out saying like, oh my gosh, this happened so that this could happen. And this is a good reason why this happened. And this is showing why this is happening. And all these different reasons will pop up. And what I love about it and what's so powerful about like her perspective on it, and as you guys are hopping on, feel free to drop emojis so I can shout you out. What's so beautiful about her perspective of it is the worst things could happen to her, and she'll look and get curious around how this is happening for her. So like a little random situation, just something simple, like say like me and her are hanging out and another friend is running late, she'll reach back out to me and go like, oh my gosh, this is like a perfect sign that we have even more time to hang out with each other. Or like she'll miss a flight or whatnot and say like, oh, that was meant to happen, so then this could happen. And when I was thinking about the whole idea of like embodying the belief that everything is working out for you, it really comes down to a couple of things. So there's 2 beliefs you could adopt at any given time. There's the belief that, you know, maybe this is a sign this isn't supposed to happen for me, right? So drop a heart in the comments if you've ever felt that, where you're like, I'm doing everything. Maybe this is just a sign that it's not supposed to happen for me. Or you could adopt the belief that everything is working out for me. And what ends up happening when you adopt that belief that everything is working out for you, right? You make the choice, you choose between option A or option B, is your situation ends up turning around. So your situation ends up creating another positive and ends up turning around, and you end up finding yourself in a situation where you're like, I can't believe this is happening, in a really positive way. And you get pleasantly surprised and like miracles happen and like really cool stuff happens. I think when it comes down to it, this belief, I feel, is the cornerstone belief to transforming your life. It is 100% the cornerstone belief to transforming your life, because life will throw different things at you, right? You'll attract different things in your life. You'll experience different circumstances in your life. You might experience a lot of different highs and lows in your life. But if you approach it from this mindset, you can see the opportunities and the blessings within everything. A good example of this is I had, and I talked about it a bit more in the training, I had my old laptop ended up breaking down. So I was just about to start a launch, and my laptop ended up like breaking down, crashing. And I could have looked at it as one or two ways. I could have looked at it as maybe this is a sign I'm not meant to do. Hey, Daniel. like maybe this is a sign I'm not meant to do this launch. And I could have just, you know, hid and just cried and just been like, woe is me, why did this happen to me, right? But in the moment, I embodied the belief, this is working out for me. This is happening for me, right? At first I was pissed. Like, let's be real. Like, at first I was pissed. But then I started doing the work of like, okay, this is happening for me. And what ended up happening was I was hanging out with one of my friends, and he gave this idea around like, oh, why don't we go to Best Buy? And I got really inspired by that idea. I was like, yeah, let's just check for Best Buy because I need to get a new computer anyways. I haven't been to Best Buy in forever. Let's go. And so we go to Best Buy, and literally the day we go to Best Buy, the new model of the MacBook Air had came out the week earlier. So the old model went on sale. And the old model was just like a couple years older. It went on like this crazy, like I've never seen this good of a deal type sale. And I remember just looking at my friend at the time, we're like, this is crazy. This is the exact MacBook that I wanted, and it was this crazy awesome sale. So we ended up getting it that day, and we went to Panera afterwards, and then we just kept like talking about it and going like, oh my gosh, this is so cool that happened. And I remember saying in that conversation, I was like, my laptop had to die when it died because I would have missed out on this really awesome opportunity, right? What are the chances that the week that my laptop dies, like my old laptop dies, the new model of the MacBook Air comes out and they have to get rid of their old inventory that same week? And on top of it, that blessing for me, I ended up getting to share it with my cousin who was looking for a laptop at the same time as well. So she ended up getting that crazy discount on that MacBook Air as well, right? Yes, Danny, that's a sign. Exactly. What up, Michael? And so stuff like that happens in our lives where at first it might look really shitty, right? What's happening where you're like, oh my gosh, like God in the universe is punishing me, right? Or God in the universe is like torturing me, or whatever belief you might attach to something that's bad or quote unquote isn't working in front of you. But when you attach the belief and you say, you know, how is this working out for me? You could even literally say it out loud. How is this working out for me? You're going to start getting into that vibration and into that frequency where the right outcome is going to show up and compensate. Like Marianne Williamson calls it the law of divine compensation, where it's everything will like work itself out. Danny is like, that honestly speaks so many truths to my life right now. It's really hitting home. Yes, good. Exactly. And especially Danny, like if you're going through like some crazy shit right now, like just adopt the belief, like, how is this working out for me? You could even grab a sheet of paper, grab a pen, journal on it, and, you know, intuitively ask yourself, how is this working out for me? And what ends up happening as you're journaling, you're going to start seeing like, oh, okay, this had to happen so that this happened and this, all these cool things. And so it ends up soothing and like really easing a lot of the resistance and the heaviness and the shame and the guilt and the overwhelm when crazy shit happens in our lives, because it switches the crazy shit into like, okay, this isn't crazy. This is just a cool story that I can share down the road. So I have a coaching call in a bit, so I'm going to be hopping off to do that. But I wanted to also share with you guys, because I'm sharing all this week, like just a whole bunch of awesome free shit. So stay tuned. Yay, Danny, you're amazing as well. Yay. Thank you. Gratefully received. So there is a bonus meditation in the description of this Facebook Live. So it's all about on following your intuition. So if you ever feel like super confused, if you ever like are stuck on like what's your next step, This specific meditation is going to help you get clarity on like what's your next step. So you're not in this whole like, oh, I don't know what to do with my life, I don't know what to do next type energy. So it's right above there. And I decided to post it on Patreon because last night I got this intuitive nudge, which was like to create a Patreon page. I've never created a Patreon page in my life, but let's check this out. And that was like a cough going, so yeah, so I just uploaded it to Patreon because I figured it'd be easier with everything that's being like created to just put it into like one page and like one place. So definitely check it out. It's a bonus meditation. It's going to help you out. And if you have any questions at all, or if you need any support or whatnot, feel free to leave it in the comment section below or DM me. All right. Sending you guys lots of love. See ya.